up against Dariusz LASSOTTA Giorgi of Georgia. We saw him against Michael Ophelding of Luxembourg in the previous round, and it was a really good fight to watch. He's a strong fighter, Giorgi. He looks to get onto the inside and just let his hands go and throw big, rampaging hooks. He doesn't mess about. And Ophelding decided that he was going to get up close and personal with him and take him on in his own game, and came off second best, but it was good to watch. It was good to watch. LASSOTTA got a bye. He's representing Germany. He's 23 years old. Won their national selection earlier in the year, which is why he's here. Boxed at the under-22s in Italy over the summer. I didn't get to see him at that tournament. He was in the other ring to the one that I was covering. Touch your gloves. Thempunelka Shiramala of Sri Lanka, our referee. So TCHIGLADZE of Georgia in the red, LASSOTTA Germany in the blue. And as I said, we know what we'll get from Giorgi TCHIGLADZE. He'll look to get up close, set his feet, and throw big hooks. LASSOTTA will know that. It's just a case of how he chooses to try and combat it. And here he comes, TCHIGLADZE, leaning in, trying to tuck up with that tight guard. LASSOTTA has got to get his respect. That's the key thing when you're fighting someone like TCHIGLADZE. LASSOTTA seems quite keen to take him on the inside here, a bit like Ophelding was. He's covering up nicely, using that upper body movement too. Looking for the left to the body there, TCHIGLADZE, and then taking himself off balance a little bit, missing with the left hook. Just trying to plant out that jab. We didn't see much of that in the opening fight. This is a good fight. This is a really good fight. Midway through round one, the referee telling him to stop. Neither one of them really wants to. Referee just talking to TCHIGLADZE about making contact with the inside of the glove. The way he fights, that's going to happen every now and again. These two just standing in front of each other and just looking to punch holes in each other. That was a lovely combination from TCHIGLADZE. Really, the other day, we only ever saw him get in close, set those feet square and just bang away with hooks. But that time, he got into range, planted the jab, threw the right hand. And that's exactly what he did just again there. But LASSOTTA is bang up for this. He wants some of this. Left hand into the body there from LASSOTTA. There's that rotation from the waist from TCHIGLADZE, looking for the hooks.
Unanimous decision is the boxer out of the blue corner, Lewis Williams from England.
Leaning on there, the pair of them, nicking a little bit of a rest maybe towards the end of the round, because this has been high octane stuff. Bell goes, and well, that was very enjoyable indeed. I said that we knew what we'd get from TCHIGLADZE, and LASSOTTA has chosen to meet him. That was a round for the red corner, I think. TCHIGLADZE was the more effective puncher of the two. LASSOTTA had his moments though. He had something to say. Taking TCHIGLADZE on at that kind of close range, it's the second time in a row that somebody's chosen to do that now. It just kind of makes you wonder whether they've watched him at all, because this is what he wants you to do, is be at that kind of distance. Crunching right hand went down the middle there, then he managed to force another one in around the back of the guard.
Fighting out of the red corner, the boxer representing Slovenia, alias Pan.
Gum shield comes out there of LASSOTTA, and the referee stops things to get that replaced. But as soon as the bell went there, TCHIGLADZE was just right on top of LASSOTTA and just letting his hands go. He put so much into those punches. As I said, he just twists from the waist, gets that rotation in. Hits through the target. If you're going to beat TCHIGLADZE, then you need a jab. You need a jab. I'm not saying there isn't someone out there that can't take him on at his own game and beat him, but a good, stiff, strong jab. If you've got a little bit of height advantage, which in fairness to LASSOTTA, he doesn't really, but if you've got a bit of height on him, or a bit of reach, and you've got a strong jab, 1-2, that's what you need. Try and keep him turning and keep him moving. Don't give him a chance to get in front of you, dig his toes in, and just belt you to the body and head. Because if you let him do that, he'll do it all day. He will not get bored of it.
Ring A, round 1.
TCHIGLADZE again there, gets that distance that he wants, and he leans in when he lets those hands go. As I say, he's square, he just leans forward, plants those feet wide. If you can take half a step back, these are really easy things for me to say, sitting where I'm sitting, I understand that, but if you can take half a step back, give yourself a little bit of space, you can catch him, because, as I say, when he sets those feet and looks to let those hooks go, he leans in with them. Always looking to work onto the inside. He was having a look there, just seemed to think he could find a way in. There wasn't one, so he just goes for a little walk. LASSOTTA, at this kind of distance there, needs to be popping the jab. Popping that jab, throwing that 1-2, landing. While TCHIGLADZE was trying to nick a little bit of a rest. It was a kind of rinse and repeat round, that really. Same as we saw in the first. TCHIGLADZE gets it with all 5 judges, so he's in control here. Well clear. 2 rounds to the good with all 5 of the judges. LASSOTTA's played a part in this fight. It's just that he's trying to keep that head on the move on the inside there. He's trying to tuck up, but enough of these crash through the guard. They're not necessarily landing absolutely clean, but clean enough. And the impact they have, that type of punch, where you've got these big heavy shots banging into your gloves that then bang into your face. You still feel that impact. That was a real good shot. Just a slightly higher arc on it. Went in around the back of the garden. Crashed into the side of his head. So into the third and final round, Chigladze in the red of Georgia. I have to say I've very much enjoyed watching him in the two fights that I've seen him in so far. LASSOTTA of Germany in the blue. The German corner, if I can understand my German correctly, are just trying to get LASSOTTA just to step onto Chigladze more. Every now and again, like I say, he takes a little bit of a, not a breather exactly, but he has a look from the outside. He's doing it now. He's just backing up a little bit. What LASSOTTA needs to be doing in this situation is getting on him with the jab, with the 1-2. He doesn't really have those tools. That's the problem, because he doesn't have the height or reach on Chigladze. But if you did, in this kind of situation here, that's what you would need to be doing. Try and make him work when he doesn't want to, because he fights in bursts, particularly as the fight goes deeper, because nobody can fight how he fights when he's on the attack for every second of every minute of every one of these 3 rounds. It's impossible. He's just boxing out the round here, Chigladze, not overexerting himself, and he doesn't need to. Maybe keeping something in the tank. This is his second fight. And he's going through to the next stage. An efficient win for him. He knows that he's got that one. Tries to claim the victory there, Dariusz LASSOTTA, but it hasn't gone his way. And Chigladze will be in with Sanjit in the next round. Sanjit, as I said, is a crafty fighter. He has got that height and reach. He can throw a jab and long 1-2, as he showed against Stotsky in the fight we saw him in, and he'll need that against Chigladze. He'll really need it. Be interested to see how he tries to cope with Chigladze. I think he does have the tools. Potentially.
With your judges ruling in favor of your winner, 5 points declared by unanimous decision. To the red corner, from Georgia, is Giorgi.
So through he goes, Chigladze.